One of the most fun and easy things to do on your electric vehicle are change the wheel covers, and in turn that will change the efficiency. So in today's video, I'm going to test 10 different wheel covers on the Model 3 and the Model Y to show you which one is the most efficient. I'll have all these linked in the description from Test Plus. They're awesome and they're actually well priced. So we're gonna start with the Model 3. These are the blade style wheel covers. We're gonna do a 20-mile loop. We're gonna do that with all of these cars with the AC settings in chill mode. All of that will be exactly the same, going 70 miles per hour. Tire pressure is also set to 42 PSI all around right now, and we're at the beginning of the test. I don't know why my thumb just went up like this, but it did. So we're gonna test the efficiency of all of these, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna have a chart showing you all the efficiencies and what range you can expect to get on the highway with each of these wheel covers. I hope you enjoy the video.
I wonder how many people touch that before you.
Oh, you're right. Damn, that's disgusting. Also, a big thank you to Test Plus who sent me these wheel covers. I will have them linked below along with a discount code that you can use to get any of these wheel covers for your Tesla. Also, my code is the same 20% discount as the Black Friday code, so it won't work on Black Friday, but if you're watching this at any other time of year, or even if you're watching it 6 years from now, you're still gonna get that 20% discount. Test Plus was nice enough to do this specifically for my viewers. Also, they have a refrigerator that's coming out on Black Friday, and with code Gjeebs30, you will get 30% off of this refrigerator, and as you can see, it's custom made for the Model Y and 3. So it will sit flush in the rear sub compartment, and it's powered by the 12 volts, so the install is very easy. It's just plug and play, and people can use this for their medications, to freeze them or keep them cold or whatever, or if you're going on a camping trip, to be able to keep everything stored in a secure place that kind of fits and doesn't ruin the other ergonomics of the vehicle. But what's cool is the first 10 of these that are purchased on Black Friday will actually have a cyber spoon inside of them. This was done by Tesla China and McDonald's. They did a collaboration over there, and Test Plus was able to get some of these to include with the sale of the first 10 people that purchased a refrigerator on Black Friday. So I wanted to make you guys aware of that as well, because it's a pretty cool bonus. The first test we will do is a baseline test with a Model 3 on the 18-inch wheels with no wheel covers. This resulted in 4.98 kilowatt hours used, averaging 243 watt hours per mile. Following this, we tested the wheel covers from Tesla, which are known to be the most efficient. This weirdly resulted in 5.11 kilowatt hours used and an average of 249 watt hours per mile. Now this was very high, but I had done this test previously and had some data to look back on. In previous tests, we were looking at an average of 227 watt hours per mile, but on this day, we got those high results. Also, as I summarize each of these vehicles, I'm going to break down the mileage that this will give you, and I'm not just giving you the 227 watt hours per mile. I'll actually show you how far you can go in terms of mileage with each of these setups, which is a lot more relatable. Now, after we tested the blade style covers, the induction covers, and the arachnid style covers, all from Test Plus, we got these results, and you can pause the video to look at them. To put it more simply, here's the range you can expect going 70 miles per hour on a fairly flat road with these configurations on a standard range Model 3 with a 55 kilowatt hour battery. So the arachnid style was the most inefficient, but if you want a really good looking wheel for around town, you can use these and save your Tesla ones for long distance trips. It was also interesting, the arachnid style from Test Plus actually had a more rubberized feel compared to the other wheels. I feel like this one would actually be very durable if it were to take an impact for the road. It seemed to be less brittle than the other wheel covers. These kits all come with this tape, this padding that we applied around the edge of the wheel cover, and that just gives you some protection on your actual rim, so that way you're not getting any scratching or damage over time. So you don't have to do it. I recommend it if you want to protect your wheel than any of the other wheel covers that we did. So these are very cool, and also the wheel covers, these parts are included with the kit as well, just so you know. Next up is my Model Y long range. Now these wheel covers are efficient but really cheapen the look of the Model Y, and that is where I love these covers from Test Plus. They're well priced, and with my discount code, again like I said before, you can save 20% on their website. Also, with Black Friday coming up, there might even be more savings, but that will all be linked below. I also think the matte paint on these wheel covers kind of goes with the overall flow of the car with the black trim and black door handles. I just think it's a more consistent look compared to the Tesla stock ones, even though they are very efficient. I'm also going to be running this test with 19-inch factory wheels. on brand new Bridgestone Turanza EV specific tires. These Bridgestone tires are unique in the EV space because they use a tread pattern that reduces noise as opposed to a foam inner liner, which is very popular and how a lot of Teslas come from the factory. The problem sometimes with the foam is if you get a puncture in the tire, it can be tricky to replace it because of that foam inner liner. So you could either cut it out and re-glue it, whereas with these Bridgestones, it's normal and they're using a different type of technology, which I think is cool. I will again have these tires linked below so you can see if they make them in the right size for your EV. This will be my first time testing these, and I will show them as part of a long video series testing all EV specific tires on my channel, so make sure you are subscribed for that. I had them installed at Wheel Specialists in Tempe, Arizona, and it cost $220 for all four to be mounted and road force balance. Now previously I'd gone to Discount Tire, but over time I saw them actually kind of taking shortcuts to get the wheels balanced, and they just don't have as much attention to detail as I would like. Even little things like matching the weights with the color of your wheels. While this does cost more at Wheel Specialists, they really took the time to make sure everything was as consistent as possible. They even took the time to clean the gunk off of my wheels left from previous wheel weights. And if they don't do that, it ends up looking like this. Now, road force balancing is when they see how round the tire will roll. They also showed us a match mount here, which is why they put markings on both the rim and the tire. They're going to match these segments up with the lowest point on the rim and the highest point on the tire, which will give it the most round and even roll. So we started at a 23 at the beginning. That was the one that was the most off on all four tires. And then we got it down to a 6. This is a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being perfect, 100 being awful. That'd basically be what they did before the wheel was invented. So we got it from a 23 to a 6. And they also showed us they take the most round wheel, so the lowest number, and put it on the driver's side, then seconds on passenger, third's on rear driver, fourth is on rear passenger, and that's how your car will feel the most balanced. Once this was complete, I confirmed the tire pressure and began testing. The two baseline tests of no wheel cover and the Tesla wheel cover gave us 300 watt-hours per mile and 279 watt-hours per mile respectively. So now it was time to see how the Test Plus wheel covers fared in the Gjeebs science test. The first covers we will test are these arachnid style, which were the least efficient for the Model 3 test. I should also note that all of these runs were 20.7 miles and were 21 minutes each time, so we were incredibly efficient in these runs and made sure not to draft trucks or cars in front of us. The arachnid style wheel returned 291 watt-hours per mile, so still more efficient than no covers, but not as efficient as the Tesla covers, and this is where things got interesting. When I tested the Hurricane style covers, we were able to match the factory efficiency at 279 watt-hours per mile, and the kilowatt hours used were 5.76, and that also matched the factory covers. So I was impressed by this. Additionally, for our final test with the blade style wheels, we got 280 watt-hours per mile, again almost matching the factory wheel cover efficiency. So here are what these 5 tests mean for mileage on your long-range Model Y. So there are a ton of great options to choose from, and my code Gjeebs will save you 20% in the description. Now I just purchased new forged wheels for my Model Y, and these are the lightest and strongest 20-inch wheels you can buy, and you can watch that video right here.